Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to jump on and talk about how and why hormones are causing you to gain weight and really put it in perspective into a couple of different stories for women. These are the pretty much exact background of a couple of different women that I've worked with. I actually hear the same thing a lot from women. There's about 4 different variations, right? So I'm going to go through a couple of them here for you on 2 different women that presented with really the first 3 things that they talked about were the same, but their background of why that was happening was really, really different. And that is really important in terms of what you do moving forward to really help your system. So these are women that they're like, I'm eating really healthy. I'm trying to get more protein. I've cut out sugar. I've been doing this program. I joined this gym. I got this trainer and I'm doing the do. I mean, I really took January and started over and I, put the pedal to the metal and I'm not getting anywhere. I'm getting nowhere and I'm frustrated. I have some gut issues, some brain fog, other things there as well. But here are their stories. So first gal, her first main complaint, of course, I put these at the bottom to kind of work back up in terms of like where this originates from, right? To get that mindset shift for you guys. Because everybody thinks, oh my gosh, I have issues with my hormones or cycle. If I can just lose weight, then that will help. When really it's you have to work with the hormones and stuff in order to get that weight loss. But we all try and hammer on this and it just isn't the right thing to start with. But that's what everyone wants first, right? I've gained weight. I've put on some pounds. I can't take it off. I don't know what's happening, right? I've got this weight gain. I've got fatigue. I'm exhausted. My muscles are weak sometimes. I don't feel good. I've got cravings. I'm craving foods. I don't feel full or I don't feel hungry. That's a big trigger too. I also have an irregular cycle. Her history is she was on birth control pill for years. She's been off it for 6 months, but her cycle hasn't come back. She's like, I don't understand. This is a gal in her early 30s. She just got married and, wasn't worried about kids before, but now thinking, oh, we might have kids soon. What am I going to do? Because my cycle's irregular. I have no idea where it is. I have no idea what to do. And I can't get this weight off. And I feel like a pile of garbage. What's the deal? What's the deal here? Right? So this is a gal who's presenting and thinking, oh my gosh, this is the main issue here, the weight gain. If I take the weight off, I'm going to feel better and my cravings are going to go away, all that stuff. I just got to power through it, right? When really, we need to be looking up here first at some of these issues here. And I'll get to this. I'll come back to her in just a minute. Second gal. She's older. She's in her early 50s. She is in perimenopause, right? But the first thing she talks about is, oh my gosh, I have gained 10 pounds and I didn't change anything. She was, I'm really fit. I'm very active. I go work out and I eat really healthy. Me and my husband are in a jogging club or, something. So we're very fit and active. I didn't change a dang thing. And I put on 10 pounds. What the heck? I need to take this weight off. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm also really fatigued. Similarities, yes, right? I'm also having these weird cravings, right? I'm trying not to eat more though. I'm forcing myself not to eat more. I'm in perimenopause, so my cycle's irregular, but it's also, I'm having other weird hormonal symptoms as well. But these are the main things. Well, she's in perimenopause and she's had recently some big stress at work and with her family. And when your body goes through these bigger traumas and you have to deal with that, so perimenopause and that increase in stress are both going to cause your system to gain weight and really make it super, super tough to lose it. Super tough to lose it. Just going through perimenopause, you can gain anywhere from 7 to 10 pounds, not changing anything. Yeah. So these women are presenting with pretty much the same things here, right? Like, oh, my cycle's all messed up. I'm having issues with my, fatigue, my energy, how I feel, and cravings, and I've gained weight and I can't take it off. But this gal here, with coming off of birth control, what I would recommend for her to start with is going to be different than this gal here, right? Which makes sense. For both of them, it's not going to be, oh, get to the gym more, oh, cut your calories down. Are you kidding? No, that doesn't work for this type of thing. And for a lot of these gals, when you're in this place here, you've already done that. You've already done that. You've already cut your calories down for a month and it didn't go anywhere for you. And you're like, what the heck? So depending on each person, right? Sometimes I will start working with somebody, but for some women where they're like, okay, I'm having a bad issue, or for this gal, she's like, I want to have kids and I don't have a regular cycle. I don't know that I'm ovulating. I tried to do those ovulation strips. I don't think I'm ovulating and I don't know what's wrong with my body, and all of these things are happening. Where do I start? I'll tell you where we start. We start with the Dutch test and figure out where the pathway is. I know that we need to do some type of hormonal detox for this body right here. I know we need to do a detox and a reset. I know that for sure. That's going to be super helpful. Absolutely. But in terms of being on birth control for 10 or 12 years, that is really hard on your body. That can be super, super hard on your body. So when we're looking at getting the Dutch test and you're looking at really getting the exact areas where, oh my gosh, this is where your hormones are going off. This is what got muted when you were on the pill. So we have to address that, and we'll address that exactly what your body needs with the right supplementation and everything, so you can really notice an improvement a heck of a lot faster. Most women, when they have something like this, they go for, a year at least before, because if they call their doc, they're like, yeah, I don't think I'm, ovulating and I'm trying to get pregnant. Well, how long have you been really trying? Well, maybe a month or two. Nope, it's got to be at least a year. We won't see you before then. And you're left with nothing. You're left with nothing. So this gives you an answer of exactly what your body's doing. So I'll put a link in the comments below so you guys can check out what the Dutch test is, what it does, everything else. It gets sent right to your house. You take it, you send it in, I go over the results with you so you know all this information about why this is happening. Because if we start just here, it doesn't go down, right? You have to start here. And then the rest of it's a trickle-down effect. And you'll notice I put this in order, right? Because these things start getting better first, and then this happens, and then you start to lose that weight. It just is a natural side effect. Cool, huh? Now this gal here, oh my gosh, perimenopause, the stress, everything, right? Leading and the weight gain. This is why women are triggered to want to change this first. Like, we'll put up with cravings. We'll be exhausted for years. I mean, we already are when we have kids. I have 3 kids. Yeah. I think I've spent about 10 years completely exhausted. They're a little older now. I mean, my youngest is 9. So I'm laughing. It's funny, right? You guys know what moms out there, you know what I'm talking about. But for the perimenopause and the stress and everything else, first thing I know we're going to need to change here is protein. This body needs more protein. Otherwise, it is going to have an increased fat mass versus muscle mass. We have to nutritionally change that. So there are things right away I know we need to change. But the other thing, depending on the stress and how that impacts her sleep and everything else, it can totally throw off the cortisol levels. So for a lot of women that have, and I'll show you this, this is part of the Dutch test too. For a lot of women that have sleep issues, adrenal issues, that cortisol issue, we get an exact map of where your inactive versus active cortisol is, how it's patterned throughout the day, and then again, exactly the protocol for your body specifically to improve. That's what the Dutch testing does. So absolutely some things to improve right away on, proteins, things like that. But the Dutch test there as well is going to tell us, okay, your cortisol is way off. Your cortisol is non-existent in the morning. It's just way low. And then it rises at night, right? That's an adrenal issue. Let's correct that. Let's turn that around. Let's get that changed in your system so you can start feeling better. Your body responds better to stress. Your cycle starts, we'll say, regulating. In perimenopause, it is going to be a little off, but making sure that you're not having hot flashes, you're not having really terrible symptoms pop up, that you're feeling better, you're getting more energy, you're sleeping better, and not having any gut issues. Gut issues come along with perimenopause and menopause as well. And then all of a sudden you start slimming down. You start toning up. So easy, because we're addressing the right thing. So it's one of those things that it's when we start working with your system and you start getting something that's specifically created for what your body needs, you see results like you've never seen before. And it can throw you off a little bit, because all of a sudden you're like, whoa, this is weird. I wasn't expecting this to happen. Like, yep, yeah, but that's how your body should be. Your body should be healthier, stronger, feel better, and then that weight just comes off. But again, that's why I love the Dutch test. That's why I love doing these tests, because it tells us exactly what your system needs, especially when you have these other things going on. This is the place to start. That's what gets you the right result, not only now, but in the future. So if you're sick of, going on diet after diet after diet, then you need to do a Dutch test and you need to get started on a protocol like this. So, all right, that's what I got for you guys today. Again, I will put a link below so that you guys can get more information on that Dutch test. There's an application, because there's different types of Dutch tests. So I want to make sure you're getting the right type of Dutch test sent to you. So I'll put a link where you can fill out the form that lets me know what type of Dutch test to send to you for you to get. And then other resources I have for you, of course, are my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. My podcast, The Female Health Solution, and then my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Beth Westy, where you can get all of my videos that are archived if you have a question on something specific. So, all right, let me know if you have any questions. Also, let me know if this was helpful, because sometimes if you're thinking about something, you might be like, well, I might have something, I might have these cravings, but I'm not, I don't have this going on. You can still have the same type of, symptom or issue, even with a different, hormone background, right? We need to address it differently though. So hence Dutch test. All right, that's what I got for you guys today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you later.